Hello and welcome to the next YouTube video on my channel. If you want to get better at chess, then this video is just right for you. Because in this video I'm going to show and explain you a new chess trap, and that's the Checkmate and 9 moves trap with the Halosar trap. So this trap is a trap for the white chess pieces. At first I will show and explain you how this trap will look like if it will work perfectly, so if your opponent will do every move that you want him to do, and then I'll go through all the moves of the trap once again and show you them a bit more detailed, and also explain you how to answer with the black chess pieces, with the idea not to lose this game after 9 moves when your opponent plays this trap against you. So let's get started. If you're interested in other chess traps like this, then feel free to check out the other YouTube videos on my channel and don't forget to subscribe. So this trap begins with both armies pushing their pawns on d4 and d5, the closed game. And now you continue with pawn to e4, the key, also called the main move of the black Mar-Demer gambit. So you push your pawn on e4, here attacking black's pawn on d5 at the center of the chessboard. If the black army captures your pawn, then you attack the black pawn with the move with your knight to c3, and the black army will defend their pawn also with the knight, but here with the move on f6. And now you continue with the black Mar-Demer gambit. Here you play now pawn to f3, attacking black's pawn on e4 with the second chess piece. Now you're attacking it with the pawn and also with the knight from c3. If the black pawn decides to capture this pawn too, then you don't take back with your pawn, you don't take back with your knight, but you rather take back the pawn here on f3 with your queen from d1. And now we can see that this pawn here on d4 isn't defended anymore by our chess pieces. Therefore, the black queen here on d8 can just capture this pawn without any problems because he's undefended. And here we're now attacking black's queen with the move with our bishop on e3. If the black queen here moves now on b4 with the idea to attack our pawn here on b2, to take out our rook here on a1 in the corner of the chessboard in the next moves with a check, then we do the best move that's possible in this position, and that's the long castling. So we castle long, defending our pawn here on b2 with our king, and also here winning or threatening or occupying this d file here with our rook on d1. And here, if the black army wants to play a very tricky and also very smart move, then they will play here bishop to g4. And we can see that this move should be very bad for us when we are playing the white chess pieces, because here they attack our queen on f3 with the bishop, and the bishop is defended by the queen on b4 and also by the knight on f6. So we cannot take out the bishop with our queen, but the queen is also pinned. If we would move away with the queen, for example on g3, attacking black's pawn here on c7, then the black bishop could just take out our rook here on d1 and we would lose material. But this is exactly what we want the black army to do. We are here now in this position, sacrificing our queen. Because here we are now moving with our knight from c3 here on b5. And if the black army does the mistake and takes out our queen here on f3 with the bishop from g4, then we have a checkmate in one move. And that's capturing black's pawn here on c7 with our knight. That's check, but not only check, that's also checkmate. The black army obviously cannot take out our knight here on c7, and therefore that it is a knight. They also cannot move a piece between the king and the attacking chess piece, and the black king also can't move anywhere because here his own chess pieces are blocking in the way, and these two squares, d8 and d7, are blocked by our rook here on d1. So that's very beautiful checkmate after 9 moves with a queen sacrifice. Okay, so I have already said, I will go through all the moves of this trap now once again and explaining them a bit more detailed, and I will also show you how to defend yourself correctly if you're playing the black chess pieces with the idea not to lose against your opponent after 9 moves. So you can basically always try to play this trap against your opponent when he accepts the BDG, or also called the Black-Mar-D-Mar gambit. So he takes out your pawn on e4 here with this pawn from d5. Because I think that your starting move d4 will close to always be answered with pawn to d5, the closed game. So if the black army accepts here the Black-Mar-D-Mar gambit, so takes out your pawn on e4 with their own pawn from d5, then you just continue with this BDG. So you attack black's pawn on e4 with the move with your knight on c3. Here, the best move in this position is to just defend the pawn with knight to f6. And now you just continue with pushing your pawn from f2 to f3. So we are here now still playing the Black-Mar-D-Mar gambit in this position now. And here, the black army, of course, doesn't have to trade pawns. There are also other moves. For example, they can defend their pawn on e4, which is now twice attacked, but only with one piece defended, and that's with the knight on f6. They can also defend this pawn now with the second chess piece, for example, with the move here with the bishop on f5. But pawn to c5 in this position also would be possible to attack here your pawn on d4. But if the black army decides to trade pawns, then they capture your pawn here on f3, and you take back with your queen. Of course, you could also take back now with your g-pawn, also with the knight from g1, developing your knight here on f3. But if you take out with the queen, then you can just continue with playing this trap. And here, the best move for the black army is to just take out your undefended pawn on d4 here, because why not? It's just a gift. So here, after they have taken out your pawn, you continue with developing your bishop on e3, attacking black's queen here on d4. In the trap here, they will move now on b4 or escape the bishop's attack on b4. And this move actually isn't a mistake. A lot of players would play this move to attack your pawn here on b2. But the actual better move here, this position, after the queen has been attacked by our bishop here on e3, is to move with the queen on h4, checking our king here on e1. And here, the best answers or continuations would be to play like pawn to g3 or queen to g3, queen to f2 is possible, or bishop to f2. So basically every single move which blocks the check from the queen, because it wouldn't be that good to move away with the king, because then they wouldn't be able to do the casting anymore in this game. But let's say the queen doesn't check on h4, but rather moves 2 squares to the left, here on b4, attacking our pawn on b2. Then it's obviously the best method, or also the best move, to just do the short casting, because here we are now defending our attacked pawn here on b2 with our king, and the king is also way safer. The rook here now controls this d file, so this actually is a very, very good move. And in this trap, the black army continues now with bishop to g4, but this move is actually not a good move because of the checkmate in 2 moves after knight to b5 and then knight to c7. A better move here would be to do something else. For example, pawn to c6 or pawn to a6 to prevent knight to b5 is possible. Another possible move is to bring out the pawn on e5 here, because now the king's pawn here on f8 can be developed, and he also defends the queen here on b4. But queen to a5 would also be possible to attack our pawn here on a2 with the queen. But if the black army decides to play bishop to g4, then we just continue with the trap, moving our knight here on b5 and threatening to fork the black army, because then we will attack the black's king on e8 and also black's rook on a8 both at the same time. But it wouldn't be just a fork, it would also be a checkmate. So here Obviously, it would be again a mistake to take out our queen here on f3, but in most of the cases, the black army won't see this checkmate here in one move, and they will be just too greedy, and they will take out our queen here on f3, and we will capture black's pawn on c7 with the move with our knight from b5 to c7. That's checkmate after 9 moves with the Halosar trap. So that was it already with this video. I hope that you like this trap, and I also hope that you once will try out this trap in a real chess game, for example against one of your friends or against one of your family members. And I also hope that you liked this video. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next time, bye!